persecution and suffering is just moving around different parts of the world. And then some bits is getting green and beautiful, and some pieces are being torn up, and some places are being built, and some places are being taken down, and people are dying, people are being born, and the whole cooking pot of existence is going on at the same time. There's never been a time that the world right across the board has been evenly just in one state. It's like the fire goes off here, and then something beautiful happens here, and then something tears this down and builds something back up here, and the place that was suffering for a long time gets healed and replenished and becomes abundant and becomes great, and then gets destroyed. And then, you know, it has been like that. It's not something, it's not a 21st century phenomenon. It's not a 20th century phenomenon. This is from the whole play of human existence on this planet. And you know, it's very difficult to see that as a person with kind of compassion and grace, and you know, and just to sort of like be forgiving. It's very difficult to do this. And I've seen that that is not, the human being by itself is such a complex psychological entity that they themselves are like the planet in a mini scale. Or they're also erupting and being healed and becoming beautiful and going through beautiful periods, and then going through torment, and all of this movement. Can you multiply it millions, billions of times? This dynamic field of existence is the pulse of existence on this planet. It's like this. And who knows, other planets also exist. Not our concern, but we are also beginning to experience that there are life from elsewhere. It seems ridiculous that we would not admit this, that in this amazing universe, infinite galaxies, that we could be the only beings in existence. I mean, it is ridiculous. Still, we try, it seems sometimes, to deny that, although it's becoming more and more evident. This point I'm making is not about this. My point here is that in this cooking pot of existence, with all its contrasts, its uncertainties, its hopes and aspirations, its beauties and its uglinesses, there is a silence, there is a power, there is a purity, there's a beauty, but it's not found in things. It has to be found within yourself. It starts by the search within yourself. And for a while it can seem like it's a selfish mission to turn your attention so much into yourself. But actually, you're like somehow you're a pioneer into your own spirit, and you go there and something happens in you where the person blossoms into presence, and the presence is infinitely more wise than the person. And when the presence seems to awaken or reveals itself, it has the power to begin to transform life, even phenomenally. The presence, the awakened presence, is a blessing and a light in the world. I feel this is really the human gift and potential invitation. We can call it different things. If we speak about human evolution, then we cannot leave out that the highest of that evolutionary expression has to be the transformation from mere personhood into pure presence. When a human being discovers presence, they have begin to really come home, because home need not only be a physical place. Home is the home where you are back in your correct position. You're again inside your heart. You're a living being, full of love and compassion and wisdom and understanding, and no one can assess that understanding. It is just, it's a living force, and that is what makes this planet or anywhere beautiful. It's not just the trees. The trees are the background. The rivers are the background. But the real life is lived inside these bodies, and the interaction between beings as a possibility, an opportunity to demonstrate the gift of life and the gift of love, the gift of discovering the true, discovering the universal oneness. This is something. So I don't myself concerned so much about, you know, trying to stop this particular war. I understand that, and it may seem a little hard what I'm saying, but I've seen through it. Compassion is there, love is there, a helping hand, if that is useful, will be there. But this fantasy that we're going to stop all wars without really understanding our true nature, it really is going to continue as a fantasy. Now, this is not a sad forecast about life. It is a wise and an invitation to the possibilities we have here, even in our darkest moments. The light of love, of truth, of God is always here. And the thing is to find that. And we don't have to travel in terms of miles of physical distances for that. You know, it's an inner thing. We have to start going in. We have spent a very long time going out, so to speak, in relation to our bodily sense of ourself. And we have to begin to turn the attention within. There are wise teachers and wise guides on this planet. There have always been. And if there is arising in you an urge really to discover, and not to discover on your terms, according to your projection, not to protect or project your own ideas, but simply to be sufficiently available so that life can have space to reveal itself, then you'll begin to sense, because that is what it comes down to in the end, that you become sensitive enough to hear the voice that is always here, to listen and be receptive and communicative with the inner being. That is our most reliable guide, our most true guide, our most benevolent and beautiful guide. So this blessing towards the life, the world, and our interhuman relationships and so on is always present in the awakened mind. You cannot be thinking negatively or harmfully towards any being. It's automatically present that your heart is aflame with love and understanding, and to promote righteous living, righteousness, but not kind of fundamental righteousness, not in that kind of way, but the righteousness which is so open, so global, so all-encompassing, so liberal, so unthreatening, so beautiful. This may the world again come into the fullness of that. This is my small blessing, if it means anything in this life. Namaste. Namaste.
Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Purnamada